Hi, good morning, everybody. Joe Van Doren here, and welcome to our Virtues Pick for today. We have a very good word. I almost said it. And I'm happy to share it with us because it really means a lot to me. I was thinking about it just as it came up. But let's read the description first, and then we'll see. The word today is excellence. So let's read this and see where we go with it. Excellence is giving our very best to any task we do and any relationship we have. Within us are many possibilities. Excellence hones our talents and turns them into gifts for the world. Excellence requires us to practice humility by learning from mistakes. Each time we do something, we seek to improve it, to keep raising the bar. Excellence is effort guided by a noble purpose. It is ongoing mastery. It flows when we are doing what we love. The perfection of a seed is the fruit that grows from it. Excellence in our lives brings our gifts to fruition. I so much appreciate this word, and this morning it was very interesting as I was making my list of things that I would like to accomplish today. I found myself getting annoyed by the fact that I had this other responsibility called taking care of the dog. And of course, the dog has, I have to feed it and take it out and all this, and it all takes time. And I'm looking at it and I'm starting to rush things like feeding the dog, and I'm rushing what I'm trying to do. And I'm having this feeling about, of not being able to get things done when I want to. And then I thought, this word had come up, and I thought to myself, excellence. You cannot have excellence when you're rushing through everything, and how much better it is to take our time to make sure that we do our best with, with the responsibilities, because we all have responsibilities, and sometimes we can get these things confused, I have so many responsibilities that I have to rush through this. No, it's so much better for us to slow it down, to give our best to the task that we're doing. So when my responsibility was to take care of the dog, to give my best to the dog. When I had the responsibility of another part of my life, give my best to that. And all the rest of these things will come into place. Now, I know that when you have kids and you have all this noise going on in your life, that can feel like, oh, I don't know if this is possible or not. But what I've learned is that trying to speed things up and to hurry through things never allows us to do our best and give our best effort to. And you can very easily end up making mistakes or becoming, angry about things that really don't make a big difference. And so sometimes we have to look at our list, like this morning when I looked at my list, I said, boy, that's a lot of things to do. But lay it out. See what is absolutely necessary. What are the most important things? What are the biggest or more difficult things? Get those things done first if possible. What are the most important things, and get those things done in early, and then all the rest of it honestly will work out. And what happens. But giving our best is so important. It makes us feel good, and it makes others feel good about the relationships that you have with them too. So last night I was thinking about the whole virtues pick and focusing on virtues. And I was thinking, how could we make this more applicable to families? And so the thing that popped into my mind was, what we really want to do with the virtues is we want to see them both in ourselves and in others. Because when we look for them and see them, it encourages us to practice them and to develop them even more. So let's just take a look at this word excellence, especially involving the family. And, a lot of times we'll hear about parents feeling like their kids aren't giving their best in school, or maybe they're feeling like, they're not doing their homework, or they're not turning it in, or whatever the case might be. And that's what we focus on. And so I can just say that whatever it is that you focus on, you're just going to get more of that. So, if you say about a child, oh, you're so stubborn, you're going to get a lot more stubborn because, they're thinking to themselves subconsciously, of course. They're thinking to themselves, you want to see stubborn? I'll show you stubborn, right? And then they do. And then we just get more angry and we focus on it even more. So whatever it is that you focus on is what you're going to get. So the very first thing in all of the virtues, and I think we're just going to remind ourselves of this on a daily basis, is number one, acknowledge. Acknowledge the virtues that you see. And sometimes in some of the virtues, it's going to be very difficult to find because we're just not seeing, the big things happening that we want to see. But in this looking at excellence, when have you seen your child do something with excellence, where they've given their very best, where they've, and it might be in a task or it might be in a relationship, it might be in a talent that they have. So, where did you see that? And then acknowledge it. And acknowledge, I saw the excellence that you showed, when you did that project for the science fair, or I saw the excellence of your talents in, when you were playing soccer, or when you were doing your, the effort that you put into, some other task that you saw. Maybe it was, bringing the dishes to the dishwasher. Maybe it can be simple things, but we have to look for it. We have to search for it. Sometimes we have to dig for it. And when we do, acknowledge it, and they will begin to recognize that virtue inside of themselves. The second part of it is guiding our kids to excellence, by defining it for them and what it looks like in whatever the task is at hand. Excellence in the relationship might be the way we show and demonstrate love towards each other. How do we show respect towards each other? And that's excellence, right? And excellence might be in a talent, so guide them with instructions or with demonstrations, but speaking of the virtue that you want. And then, of course, there are times, as always, that we need to correct our kids and call on them to find the excellence within themselves and to give their very best. But correcting is very difficult to do without pushback if we haven't already defined, clarified what it looks like, and acknowledged seeing it in a child or in another person. When we're able to acknowledge these things, we begin to grow that seed inside of them. Now, we'll talk more about this as the days go along, but today we're going to focus on excellence, and I'm encouraging everyone to look for excellence, both in yourself, so that we're not having negative self-talk, but also in others, and especially in our children. So, that's my thoughts today about excellence. And until tomorrow morning, keep practicing all of the virtues. Focus on excellence today and keep practicing the 4 C's of successful families, and that is clarity, communication, consistency, and community. Until next time, bye.